Yes, please, yes, please. Turn off the lights. How you make the darkness feel so bright. Yes, please, yes, please. Brand new J. Cole coming at you. What?
New day, everything flipped on its head. That to me is exciting. I operate best in a short period of time. Every time I've competed in my life, I have never left any stone unturned. I've always been efficient with my training camp and preparing and getting the best out of me.
Anticipation keeps building day by day, and Ian Garry has been looking exceptional in training camp, working alongside Conor McGregor as McGregor gears up for his own fight against Max Holloway this week. In the gym, McGregor has reportedly been pushing Garry hard, helping sharpen him for his own massive test against Islam Makhachev at UFC 330. Breaking down his approach to camp, Garry explained that sparring remains one of the single most valuable parts of his preparation. Training against elite partners lets him see different styles up close, learn from both the moments that go well and the ones that don't, and gradually strip away the habits that don't work while sharpening the game plan he believes will peak on fight night.
This is in spar. It's get ready. It's get the best looks you can from the sparring partners you've pulled in. Go out there, beat them up, get beaten up, learn, get better the next day, get better the day after, and eliminate all of those little minor shot selections that don't work and minimize it into the perfect game.
That same mentality shapes how Garry thinks about his career more broadly. While he appreciates being recognized among the sport's elite, he said that reputation alone means very little to him. What matters is the daily grind of training, competing, learning, and evolving, treating every accomplishment as another step rather than a finish line.
Dreamt of being one of the greatest MMA fighters in the world is causing a pretty big deal. It's cool, but I try. It doesn't mean anything to me. For me, it's always a grind. It's train, fight, learn, grow, evolve, fight.
Turning to the matchup itself, Garry believes his footwork, movement, and ability to control range will eventually force Makhachev away from any extended striking exchange and back toward his wrestling. Rather than treating that prospect with any concern, Garry says he genuinely welcomes it, insisting he's fully prepared to compete with the champion everywhere the fight goes.
Islam Makhachev isn't just a wrestler. He's displayed his striking previously. Do you believe he'll risk standing on the feet and striking with you?
I think he has no choice. That's my decision. My movement will force him to make decisions. He's going to inevitably grab my leg. There's no doubt about that. That's going to happen. And I can't wait for it to happen because I'm going to beat him where he's best too.
Staying firm in that belief, Garry warned Makhachev not to overlook him, insisting he doesn't care whether the win comes by knockout, submission, or decision, only that his hand gets raised after beating one of the best fighters of this era.
Then he's in for the shock of his life on August 15th.
You've had plenty of time to visualize the fight. What are you seeing now? What are you feeling?
Ariel, I genuinely right now, it's by any means necessary. My hand gets raised by any means necessary. It could be first round knockout, it could be fifth round knockout, it could be submission, it could be a dog and dog back and forth war. As long as my hand gets raised, I've succeeded in achieving everything I want to achieve in the sport. And I do it against one of the best fighters we've generationally seen.
While Garry continues to project total confidence, Makhachev has stayed just as locked into his own camp, dedicating every session to sharpening his game as he prepares for another high-stakes title defense at welterweight. Offering his own view, a member of Makhachev's camp argued that the champion would still hold the edge even if wrestling were completely removed from the equation, suggesting Makhachev's boxing fundamentals are simply superior and that Garry doesn't hold a clear technical advantage in any phase of the fight.
Если даже и взять, убрать в сторону борьбу, мое мнение, что Ислам даже чисто в боксе перебьет, в тайском боксе. Нету таких аспектов, где Ислам.
That confidence was echoed by others close to camp, with one training partner revealing that Makhachev spent an entire month training at high altitude to maximize his conditioning before heading to the United States for high-level sparring, reporting that his striking has taken another step forward while his wrestling remains just as dominant as ever.
Шел очень хорошо. Мы до этого месяц были в Кисловодске, высоко в горах, на выносливость, на функционалку работали. И за месяц приехали в Америку и делали спарринги. Ислам очень сильно набрал стойку и в борьбе. Борьба-то у него всегда грэпплинг, все хорошо.
Joe Rogan added his own perspective on Makhachev's raw physical strength, describing it as the product of decades spent in elite wrestling rooms throwing bodies around, and calling him one of the premier submission specialists in the sport, with a finishing ability that separates him from almost everyone else in the division.
Sort of elite grappling strength that comes from decades of throwing human bodies around.
Yeah.
There's a thing about that. Like here, his Demetrius Johnson says, I felt it, I know. Fucking Max Holloway just texted me, how strong is that Darce? Like that's a sick Darce. Islam is elite.
Yeah.
He's elite when it comes to like strangling people. So is Ilia Topuria. He's got a nasty Darce too.
Aren't they fighting?
Rogan also credited the broader success of Dagestani fighters to a training culture built entirely around wrestling discipline, and sacrifice, describing a lifestyle with no gambling, no drinking, no partying, just training alongside a room full of similarly dedicated athletes, all sharpening each other daily.
It's real. That's how those dudes are really rolling out there. That's how they're really living. They pray 5 times a day. They're super religious. There's no gambling. There's no drinking. There's no partying. There's just training. Just training and training with a bunch of animals. Eating together, training together, just getting after it every day. And then it's iron sharpens iron because everyone who comes out of there is a killer.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, you got to be real.
Most people don't want to live that life.
Yeah, and they don't forgive the disrespect.
No.
I forget that sometimes. Like the people that are like ultra competitive.
Totally different kinds of human beings, man.
It doesn't go away.
Their drive it's like, you don't understand it. You don't live.
Legendary fighter Don Fry chimed in with similar praise for the broader Dagestani style, arguing that its track record of success speaks for itself, regardless whether fans personally find it entertaining to watch.
What do you think about that fighting style in general? A lot of people have come in from that region with similar style from Dagestan or maybe, Chechnya and that sort of area.
Well, whether you enjoy watching it or not, too bad, and it's superior to every other style out there, but, at one time it was the Gracies. Then I went to the Lions Den, And then I went to Severn's people, Severn and myself, and then I went to somebody else, It's always changing.
For his part, Garry argues that Makhachev understands exactly what problems he presents stylistically, believing his height, reach, speed, and distance control make him unlike any opponent Islam has faced before, and his movement and unpredictability create issues many still underestimate. Despite the trash talk, Garry has never hidden his respect for the champion, openly acknowledging him as the sport's current pound-for-pound #1, but insists that's precisely why he wants this fight, since beating the very best is the only way to truly prove he belongs at the top.
The truth is, I have this feeling in my heart that they know I'm the trickiest opponent for him. That's why he's calling out Pratchett. That's why he's calling out Morales. That's why the champion of the world, one of the most dominant athletes we've ever seen, called out Kamaru Usman to defend his world title fight against. Does that make sense? He knows I'm long, I'm tall, I'm fast, I'm rangy. I understand distance management and control. And if you want to flip that into a terrible wording, then you'll say what he said. But if you want to talk about it from an elite standpoint of view, I don't get hit, very rarely. It's never clean, it's never connected. Do you know what I mean? I'm always just out, and people don't have that success. I'm tricky on the feet, I'm tricky on the ground, I'm hard to touch, I'm hard to control, I'm hard to predict what I'm going to do, I'm hard to
Dan Hardy shared a similar outlook, emphasizing just how difficult it is to fully replicate Makhachev's Dagestani wrestling system in a training camp. He believes Garry eats to inflict real damage early, since allowing Makhachev to dictate a long, grinding grappling battle across 5 rounds could prove extremely difficult to overcome.
Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. What do you make of that matchup?
That's a great fight. Look, it's a great fight. Ian Garry for a long time has been saying that, you know, he is the future. Obviously, it's his nickname. Like, he sees himself as being there with the belt. He's visualized it, but now he's got Makhachev in the division. And I mean, Makhachev's got the kryptonite for every single person in the division. No matter where the fight goes, he's got the skills to challenge you and to cause you issues. Like, of course, since Ian Garry's, you know, been spending time in Brazil, been working on his jiu-jitsu, he's going to be far more confident in his ground game.
Offering a differing view, another analyst pushed back on the idea that Makhachev has an easy road to victory here, arguing that Garry's style raises several difficult tactical questions and pointing to past title fights where opponents managed to disrupt Makhachev's usual rhythm. Because of that, this analyst suggested the fight is far more competitive than most fans currently expect.
And the truth is, man, I'm not even 100% sure if Islam Makhachev beats Ian Garry. I'm not sure if he does. And the reason why I'm not sure if he does is because, you know, Ian Garry poses some very, very interesting questions to the style of Islam Makhachev, right? If I'm going to take you guys back, way, way back, to the build-up between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, right, which feels like a different universe at this point, given how much Jack Della Maddalena's career has changed. You know, there was one very interesting aspect of that fight to me. And that interesting aspect was essentially this, right? We have watched Islam Makhachev over and over and over and over again use a particular strategy against everybody.
With both fighters showing total confidence and having put together elite training camps, all that's left now is finding out whose game plan holds up under the lights at UFC 330. Will Ian Machado Garry pull off the career-defining upset, or will Islam Makhachev once again prove exactly why he's considered the best fighter in the world? Drop your prediction in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more UFC news and breakdowns.